Hey guys, Pompous here and welcome to another Hearthstone card review. Today we're going to talk about the 4 new cards that were released over the past few days, so let's begin. First up, it's Pompous Thespian. It's a 2 mana free 2 with taunt. So there's really nothing much to talk about this card other than a totally power creep Frostwolf Grunt, which was a 2 mana 2/2 with taunt. So literally this card is a replacement of Frostwolf Grunt instead of being a different. So RIP Frostwolf Grunt. But we also want to compare this card with, say, Sparring Partner, which has the same mana cost as well as the same stats, except that Sparring Partner can give another minion taunt, which is pretty good. So that's that, but it's a warrior card, so if you're a warrior, you don't want to play Pompous Thespian, you'd much rather play Sparring Partner if you really want to taunt. But then again, warriors don't run Sparring Partner, so yeah. Next up, we want to compare it with the Priest card, Wormrest Agent. It's basically a 2 mana 1/4 without taunt. If you don't have a dragon, right? But usually you have a dragon if you're playing Dragon Priest. Therefore, we want to compare the stat line of a 2 mana free 2 against a 2 mana 2/4 with taunt. And obviously, I would still prefer Wormrest Agent over Pompous Thespian, so maybe not. I wouldn't play this card if I was Priest as well. I'd rather play Wormrest Agent. Unless if I'm a control Priest, I wouldn't play Pompous Thespian as well. It's just disgusting. But next up, we want to compare it with a Bear Trap, which is technically a free taunt, right? It's a 2 mana free taunt, but you need to activate it. Bear Trap is still slightly better, even though it's a secret and it takes a while to activate. Secrets actually make people think about their moves instead of just whacking the taunt, so I still prefer Bear Trap. So if you're a hunter, you also don't want to play this card. Pretty much this card is not so playable, I guess. Next up, we have Protect the King. It's a 3 mana Protect the King spell, a warrior spell. It's a rare, and for each enemy minion, summon a 1/1 pawn with taunt. So basically, it's like Unleash the Hounds, but then it's Unleash the taunts. So there'll be a whole bunch of taunts if your opponent has a very big board. The only problem I have with this card is that everything is a 1/1 and they are taunts, so basically you can't clear anything, unlike Unleash the Hounds. Unleash the Hounds, you can basically charge in and clear everything. It has beast synergy, you can kill command and everything. So it's really good. Unleash the Hounds is really good, but Protect the King, not so much. The only time I see this being played is when it is comboed with Bolster, right? If you play Protect the King and you have, say, a minimum of 3 pawns, you can bolster it and everything becomes a free with taunt, and that's pretty good. Other than that, if it's 1/1 with taunt, you're just basically delaying your death animation, and you don't want that. You don't want it at all. And besides, warriors don't really want to use this card simply because they're playing a lot of whirlwind effects, right? They're playing Ravaging Ghoul, sometimes they even play Wild Pyromancer into another spell. So not so good. I don't feel that this Protect the King is good. It is very situational. It may be good simply because of the combo, but because you have to rely on your opponents playing minions and then playing your minions with a bolster, there's just way too many conditions to be met for this card to be good, so I'm gonna just give it a 6 out of 10 for it. It might be even rated lower. Next, we have Kazham. It's a 5 mana spell, a warlock spell, and it's a common card. I don't know why this is a common card. Because it summons a 1/1 candle, a 2/2 broom, and a free teapot. So basically, it's 3 minions in 1 card, okay? A combination of stats would be a total of 6/6, but you can't count it that way. 3 bodies is better than 1 body, right? With 3 bodies, people who like to play single board removal, they're not going to be very happy with that. I mean, swipe clears out 2 minions, and then you have a 2/1 broom. doesn't work. If you play Consecration, you have a 3-1 teapot remaining. If you play Flame Strike, everything dies, obviously, but it's a 7 mana card against a 5 mana card. I still believe that this is much better. Alright, so we want to compare this card with another card that is similar with Hunter. It's called Call of the Wild, and it's 8 mana, summon all 3 animal companions. It's really good, and people see Call of the Wild being played often, right? Simply because there's a charge, there's a taunt, there's a buff. This one, there aren't any of those things, but seriously, it doesn't matter. It's so good. There's so many minions on the board. You can basically, if you're a zoo and you've literally run out of minions and you suddenly draw this card, oh my goodness, your board is back. And what can they do about it once they have no more board clear options? Kazham is definitely playable, and I think it's going to be really good. But there's only one thing to take note of, is that if you are playing a Zoolock, which I see this highly likely to be played in, you have to be careful when summoning with a near full board, right? If you have like 5 minions and you play Kazham, you're probably only getting your candle and your broom. You're not gonna get the teapot, which is not full value, right? So you wanna try and kill off all your tentacles before you summon your Kazham, which is insane. I rate it 8 out of 10. It's really good. Next, we have the legendary Prince Malchezaar. And when the game starts, add 5 extra legendary minions to your deck. So basically, you start off your deck with 35 cards, right? So when you start the game, if your opponent is clever, they will take a look at your deck number, and if they see something like, wait, why do you still have 30 plus cards in your deck? Then they will know that you are playing Prince Malchezaar. But it really doesn't matter if they know, because legendary cards are legendary cards, and most legendary cards are good. So yeah, you have more cards, you fatigue later. The stat line is fine, a 5 mana 5/6. Wow, that's really good. And okay, it's a demon that is not a warlock card, so some people might be able to make it work. And even if it's demon, even the what's it called? Silence a demon card. I forgot what's the called. Nobody likes that card. It doesn't work, right? So first and foremost, who doesn't want legendary cards? Some of the notable cards that can be added to your deck would be Ragnaros Firelord, Golden Monkey, if Leroy Jenkins. Obviously, you might also be able to get things like Lawwalker Cho, Nat the Dark Fisher, but you need to take note that even Nat the Dark Fisher may be good if you're up against a control, say a control Resident Sleeper Warrior or Resident Sleeper Priest, right? Basically, you want to make them draw until they die, so Nat the Dark Fisher will be good here. Or you might be facing a rogue, and then suddenly Lawwalker Cho is there to stop her from playing any spells other than Deadly Poison, which is nonsense, right? So it's a good card. Like Prince Malchezaar, I see him being played everywhere because a 5 card advantage is just so good. So good. 9 out of 10. Not 10 out of 10 yet, not Dr. Boom kind of crazy, because you might really get things like Wilfred Fizzlebang when you're not a warlock, or sometimes you might get a, if you're playing Wild, Flame Leviathan, and then you just burn out all your minions. But most of the time you actually get a lot of value from this, and I see this replacing the Golden Monkey. I mean, like Golden Monkey, you need to play Elise first, then you need to play the map, and then finally you play the Golden Monkey. This one, he's just there and you already get 5 legendaries, right? Most of the time when you play Golden Monkey, you don't have that many cards left anyway, so it's pretty good. I mean, who knows, you might get a Reno Jackson in the last few cards and you just play it and hey, I just healed to full again. So Prince Malchezaar, really good card. I highly recommend you put it in all your decks. Nah, not all your decks obviously, because there are some decks that don't really want to run this card, but most of the time you want to. So that's pretty much all of the cards that have been released so far. I hope you guys enjoyed, and was I wrong? Please let me know in the comments down below. Please leave a like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.